G'day guys, it's Rich Hungerford from Bushville, Australia again. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Today I'm going to talk to you about silent field signals. We use silent field signals particularly in the tracking world because we want to be able to move through the bush or any environment they're actually having to move through and do so quietly. Why quiet? If we're quiet, we're acting as a receptor, an antenna for the bush, the wildlife and everything around me. If I'm talking loudly, navigating and telling someone to move to that side of the tree and yelling out and calling, I'm decreasing my ability to hear. The lost child over in the small gully over here is just sobbing and is making very quiet noise because of their last legs. All right? I'm also switching off all the wildlife around me. So they're just going, holy hell, noisy human, out of here. All right? So field signals help us move through the bush as a group, communicating to each other and keeping it all quiet. It's called silent runnings. So what are they? Well, they're very simply a series of hand gestures that we can see from one person to the other, and we can pass from one person to the other. So the entire group is able to very, very quickly know what's going on, why we're stopping, what is happening ahead, what's happening behind. And we have that messaging ability across the group. All right, it predated SMS, and this is the way that we're now trying to get people to move through the bush so they can get more enjoyment out of it. If they're doing search and rescue tracking type stuff, they're also fully utilising their senses, and that's incredibly important when you're out here. So, first one that we'll quickly cover is simply come to me. And it's just one hand placed on top of the head. Now, if you're a soldier, you're going to have your rifle or your firearm in your right hand, so we generally do things with the left hand. Hey, I'm a civilian now, doesn't matter. So, left or right hand, your choice, depending on what you've got in your hand, and this is simply come to me. Now, that just simply means whoever I'm gesturing to, and I use facial expression and my direction of looking to actually focus who that message is intended for a lot of time. Okay, so come to me. I can also point, you, come to me. Okay. Hurry up, or slowly, slow down. Okay. For the guys at the back, if they're not involved in what we're going to have a talk about, so we can simply say to them, stop, sit down, 10 minutes, drink break. How easy is that? I haven't had to say a word. Okay? Everyone knows exactly what's going on, and we're all sitting, scanning out, watching our arcs to make sure we know what's going on around us. Easy? Does it work? 100%. All the time, every time. All right? Some other ones we might use. If we're doing navigating, for example, in the civilian context, and we've got a walker out front, so I'm in charge of the compass. This incidentally means nav check, okay, as in pointing or indicating with the compass or orientating map. You choose what the meaning is about. It means nav check in any case. Okay, so we might be saying stop, nav check. I'll have a walker out the front and go, Tss. So I attract his attention with a subtle sound like, oh, Tss. He's tuned into the listening for that, so he turns and looks back for me, if he's not already doing that all the time anyway. And then he turns, I go nav check, and I might say stop, or come to me, or have a recce, have a look out that way. And I might tell the other guys in the group, each of them, point to them and turn and go, you watch that way, you watch that way, you watch that way. So I can get people to look in certain directions for me. That generally means from where they are, they're looking out. If I want someone to look over the other side of that gully or around that big stump, I might go, you, recce, that direction, 20 metres. Okay? And to him, that means walk out there 20 metres, have a look on what's at the ground over that side, and he'll come back and, as he's moving back to his position, say, Rich, there's a gully over there, it's moving, it runs east to west. Nothing else seen. Have a good day. And he'll move back to his position and we'll continue on. I'm doing my navigation coordination back here, putting it all together. If we're on the move, the guy out front, my walker, who we were talking about before, he's simply, instead of going, Jono, move to the right. Yep, move to the right. Yep, no, stop, back, left. Instead of all that noise and scaring everything away, I can go which means make that your line. Okay, so I've moved Jono to the right. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, stop. That's your line. And then Jono's off and running. Easy. Another one that's used a lot. Stop, gear off. Which means either you're going to stop and rest or we're going to stop and make camp. Okay. This is one of the things we use for either, well, depending on what arm of the services you're in, this can mean anything from a helicopter to we're making camp here. Opposite is turn around or we're making camp here. Very contextualised and depends on what your background is. But come up with a universal symbol that works for you. Simple as that. And if you're involved in a search and rescue team, you're getting that ability to communicate integrally, quietly. Very, very important. There's a quick introduction, guys. There's a whole raft of different signals you can use. There's a few basic ones. I hope they're of use to you. Try them out. Teach them to your kids. They'll have a ball going through that process. And whatever you're doing, get outside, get out in the bush, enjoy it. Be quiet, be mute, blend in, and the bush will talk to you. Always does, every time. Have a good day. See you next time. Cheers.